Are we live? What's up, Huddle crew?
What's up?
All right, guys.
Very excited to
So
say
we're
that.
gonna be, yeah. I got to flirt with the new intro, but thanks for joining us today. We're gonna come out of the gate with asking you to give us a like and subscribe wherever you're watching this, and join us in the comments. Give us some feedback. Today we're gonna be talking about TISE. Every time we go to TISE, there's an episode before and an episode after, and we like to kind of build it up and then break it down. So TISE was freaking pretty awesome this year. Me and the crew got some extra special media passes, so we were able to get around and do our podcast multiple times. I hope you guys enjoyed the overtimes. That was extremely fun. I enjoy this a ton, and it's why we do it every single week. And so, last week, I don't know how many hours we were on screen, but it was a blast. So
a lot. We were on screen a lot.
It was
we
like,
weren't on screen. We were walking somewhere to be on screen.
it's like, hey, Daniel, when are we going live? Oh, right now.
Okay. Now.
Okay.
So, guys, what's you guys got back okay? Acclimated back into life? What's your biggest takeaway from the show?
COVID.
I knew it. Our boy came back with the old vid.
I got the COVID.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got it from I'm pretty sure I got it from the person that was sitting behind me on the plane because they were hacking up.
And then me as a big brother, I jinxed them. I'm like, yeah, Daniel's gonna get sick. They're just like,
dang, that ain't nice.
No, well, I know, but I said it to only the people I was sitting by. I didn't really think it was gonna happen, but it did.
And there you go. You jinxed it. So what'd you guys think of the show overall?
So very
seemed
busy.
Busier, didn't it? Didn't it seem like there was a hell of a lot more people there?
That was the thing. I feel like there's more. The installer base was larger than normal, but I also feel like there were more distributors there. There was just a lot more to see, a lot more.
Well, they were wall to wall this time.
Yeah,
so
that was crazy.
They didn't have any of the areas sectioned off or anything, so they're back to full capacity.
Yeah,
it was
massive.
Awesome. Got our steps in, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
100%.
Oh my! I don't even know how many steps it was from one side to the other, but I know that we were on opposite sides every time.
So,
Jorge's warming up his food while he's watching.
My man, Jorge. So, hey, that speaking of that, the installation awareness part of the show was what kind of stood out to me. There was freaking way more speakers on the install side of things. Eduardo made it back. It was
yeah.
Great out
I made it down there too. I didn't get to catch up with him. I brought him some apparel for the next day, but we got so busy. It was so hard for me to make time just to catch up.
Yeah. So the installer, the installation kind of theme was more prevalent. There was a lot of speakers and speeches and sessions about the installation in various different ways, about installation in general in various different ways. One thing in particular that kept coming up was the valuing of your labor. My talk was on that, and then we witnessed one of the panels was like very similar themed, and then so having that type of awareness, if you're watching and you're an installer, I think it should show you that our largest show is starting to kind of put some eyes on this, not just on the issues, but also on the awareness of how important it is to value your labor. We got to have a fun time with Paul Turner says it's 3/4 of a mile end
from
to end.
end to
Well, I
end.
felt like
Holy
I walked
smokes.
that about 4 times. So
Oh man.
we were running
Yeah,
back and forth
because
from
it's
the
like
stage to the
we go to the installation competition. Oh, we have to go back over here to do this live thing in like 20 minutes. Let's walk all the way back.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Next year though, someone should just bring a whole box of Heelys and just sell Heelys there for people who have to go back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely Mario says his legs hurt. He was a blast too. That's the first time that I've gotten to talk to Mario, and that's one of the benefits we always talk about on the show here is getting out there and getting to meet new people and getting to hang out with your friends. I know Mario over social, but I never really got to spend any personal time with him, and that was really cool. He's a good dude. If you've seen his work on online, you know he does great great install. And he talked about the importance of getting certified. And that was the other thing that I noticed was
Yeah.
how many installers that are certified, and a lot of them were not certified for a long time. And then they got certified and they had these aha moments about how much stuff they had been doing wrong.
And I think that was part of the takeaway too. And like you said about that panel, right? It initially wasn't the talk wasn't supposed to be geared towards dollars and cents, but more towards the value of training and certification, which also equates to potentially more dollars and cents, depending on how you market yourself and what you do. And I think that's where that panel kind of went off into left field a little bit, but it does all boil down to the same thing.
Well, you got to
Education.
have a way to, it doesn't matter if you're on Go Carrera or if you're out on your own, you're not on Go Carrera. The truth is, certifications matter. That's what helps with raising your hammer rating. It's also, if you can utilize your CFI card to show you're a certified installer, those types of things. A lot of installers were talking about how they use those and leverage those things for those assets for better work, higher paying jobs, all this kind of stuff. But what comes out most is the pride, the pride of knowing you're doing it the right way. I've said this several times on the Huddle, but one of the biggest things when we did a survey of installers and asked non-certified guys, why are you not certified? The number one answer was, we don't know how. And the number two answer was, why would I get certified? I already know. We had how many guys on stage talking about they had that same attitude. And then they figured out when they finally decided, whether it was through a local chapter of CFI or one of their buddies, convinced them to get involved and get certified, whatever. But once they did, they realized how much stuff they really didn't know. That is a common theme. We've had guys at our company that we sent through certification that had the same thing, subs that we helped go through certification, and they thought they knew everything. They'd been doing it for 15, 20 years. And then they go to a class and they're like, they get, a couple of certifications and they realize like, damn, I've been doing certain things wrong this whole time. And it's a common theme. I always hear it. So I'll shut down anybody who says, well, I'm so good, I don't need certification. Yeah, well, I've got too much proof from other guys that said the same thing as you that have
same thing for us.
They changed their tone once they got certified.
Yeah, I don't think we acted like we knew everything or said we knew everything. I knew that we knew quite a bit, but you still learn way more. And it's just like, ooh, how we were doing it? Like what? Yeah, we've been doing it wrong. But even if you look at when that panel you were talking about, when Jesus was up there, he openly admitted that he was installing for 20 years the wrong way. And he was like, got trained, and he was just like, I've been doing it the wrong way this whole time. And that's humility, man. That goes a long way, especially when you're willing to sit up there in front of your peers like that and say, I thought I knew until I found out I didn't know.
Well, it's hard to deny it once you kind of come across it. So it's the same thing. My same ploy every week. It just came through. I should say our same ploy every week is go get certified. Get involved with the different training entities and go get certified. We got some screenshots of this is one of the panels with Jorge and Jesus and Dave Garden, John Namba,
Jen
yeah,
Zern.
Jen Zern.
And that empty
all of
seat right
them.
there, Dave really played into that one. He was like, and this empty seat right here is safe for you.
Yeah,
You can be up here.
I think it's true. You know, you can get up there but I don't think many installers care about that. It's usually about like, what can I do? How does this improve my plot in life, or how does it improve my status, or how does it improve my family? And all those guys talked about that. You know, I think Jen and John Namba, Jen Zern and John Namba did the kind of brought that out the best. Is like, it's more than just like John said it straight up. We're here to make money. And that is what we're here to do. I'm not in business to not make money, folks, right? The flooring company you work for is there to make money. The installer that's working for you, if you're a flooring contractor, is there to make money. Everybody needs to respect that and understand the best way you can do that is by being highly rated. Now, however you want to break that up, whether it's on Go Carrera or whether it's like, you know, being highly certified or highly rated on Google, whatever, the better reputation, the better skill you have, those two things are the biggest, you know, that's going to be the biggest driver of how much money you can create for yourself and for your family. So, and
right. It gives you firepower for negotiations, right? Like if you set yourself apart and there's it just gives you that firepower. It creates I don't want to say a persona, but it creates a category that you can claim all your own for however many projects you have listed. Or if someone says, oh, that's a really difficult project, you know, the only person I can think of that we can trust to do that is going to be Mr. Stuart. You know, Paul's going to be the only one that we can trust. I know that he's trained in that discipline. I know that he's certified, and I know he's put in the work. And that's really what it does.
Yeah, so it was a pleasure to kind of hear some of that. Another cool thing I noticed is the dang tile panels are getting even bigger. I think, you know, they are slab. I mean, we've installed plenty of, you know, 5 foot by 10 foot tiles, but I seen 8 by 12s. Ooh, I didn't pull out a measuring tape, but there was an 8 by 12 piece of 1/4 inch gauged porcelain panel there. So
wow,
you know, and the coffee was good there, Rollin. At least in the media room, it wasn't too bad.
We got to hang out with Rollin too and go to a restaurant. And
yeah, hey, and I'm sure we all echo this. I want to give a special shout out to Rollin for putting that dinner together.
Yes, thank you, sir.
And bringing all the installers together. It was a fun night. We got to eat at what was that place called? It's his
if I can get this, Robert Irvine's public house.
Public house, yeah, in the Tropicana. Daniel just told me that it was closing down too, so that's a bummer. I mean, that's good. I'm glad I was able to experience it before that happened, but
yeah, that was it was excellent. But yeah, thank you, Roland, for putting that together and bringing all the different people together and all the installers hanging out and breaking bread and having good talks. And I know that there's a lot of familiar faces there, so it was cool to catch up. I think there's probably 30 people there or more.
Probably more, yeah.
I know I finally got to meet some people face to face this go around, even though my time is limited. But it was funny sitting across, and then you recognize the voice, and I was like, Matt, yeah.
There it is. That's one of there's a few people missing there, but there was, you know, who I met, the Solace. What's their first name?
Tina and James.
Yeah, I got to hang out with them a little bit. That was
those are really nice people.
Oh my God. Awesome people. Yeah, so that's why you go to convention, is to hang out with some people, get to know some other installers at different places in the United States. I feel
And then
like
when you know people like me, it was Tina and James. They weren't able to get tickets to the Shownox event. And good thing the elevator broke down, because we started walking the other way, and I said, "We already checked in. Just let's go." And they just followed me right up there. So sorry,
Boom goes the dynamite.
It's only 2 people. I promise.
don't get him, Thomas.
Daniel was selling tickets by the elevator.
Scalping Skyfall tickets. And that was another fun event we went to, was the Skyfall event. What a view!
Yeah, this view right here, man. It was crazy.
That's
an actual picture taken from a phone.
Yeah, that was awesome. Man, that's amazing. It was a blessing to be there, hanging out. Got to chat with, like I said, Eduardo and what was the name again? James Solis.
Yep.
Yeah. Him and his wife, they were great. And by the way, if you're watching, Chop Wood and Carry Water, the book that they recommended, I've read since I met them at Skyfall. Great book. Recommend it to everybody. Chop Wood, Carry Water. So anyway, that's kind of some of the stuff that happened at TISE. We also walked around. There was a lot of really great new faces from a manufacturer standpoint. As usual, you'll see a ton of LVT, carpet, hardwood, tile, but there was more LVT manufacturers than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah, I think there were so many manufacturers I've never even heard of before. It was crazy.
Yeah, I felt the same way, and I don't know. I would encourage everybody to vet manufacturers before you start getting their stuff. Make sure you know the product, know the dimensional stability of the product and what it's selling. But there was a lot of really cool looking stuff. I don't know the quality of the or the stability of it. None of us want to install something and then go back and be able to stick nickels in between it. But there was certainly some really cool looking new products, and we got our steps.
Like this right here. I mean, there's that flooring right there on the left, and then the backpack on the right.
Yeah, baby. That was Daniel about the whole trip right there, running around from one place to another.
Yes, sir.
And everyone loved the backpacks. I got stopped plenty of times just to ask about them.
The cheesiest thing that we did was we put the 360 camera on my mom's Cadillac that she was driving around.
Yeah, mom's in the background there. It was cool to meet your mom and hang out with her. She's sure proud of you guys.
Yeah, thanks to everybody for treating her like family. That's fantastic. Just kind of with open arms. I know that she's a hard person not to like right away because she's just so out there, but she did good, man. Worried about how busy it was going to be, but she called that Amigo or whatever it was her Cadillac. Running into people.
So did you guys have any interactions with anybody that kind of is memorable? Any particular interactions? I only got I've got a couple, but those types of deals.
I stopped by. I was able to stop by Prony and talk to them for a while, and it's actually I like it because it's a installer. He was an installer. He created Pronies out of necessity, and now they've become to the size that they are. And it's actually his daughter is taking over, and she's going to be the person in charge pretty soon here. She said she doesn't know how soon because, it's hard for any of us to let go of what we built. But
yeah,
from what she said, they've got a bunch of ideas on how to bring new products to market and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to what they got to offer.
And I gave her an idea too, right there. Like, boom, here's an idea. walk away, mic drop. Can't say it out loud. I finally got to meet some of the Measure Square team in person, the people that are actually helping me out all the time.
Did you get to meet Steve?
I've met him a couple times already, but the guy who's been working with me personally, Brian Dang, is that his name? Yeah, that's the guy. Like, it made eye contact and we both knew right away. Hey,
That's the one that always complains.
who, me? Yeah,
Yeah, you.
that's the guy that always calls and said, "How come you guys can't do this yet?"
Well, that's just in your nature, there, Jose. Like, you know, give up some ideas for someone you want to run with it.
I know. What am I going to do with the ideas anyway? So, man, got too many of them.
Yeah, I had a, you know, just all the different interactions with several manufacturers and the different associations. But kind of what stood out to me was the over, and it sounds redundant, but over at the installation competition, when I was over there and chatting with different people and got to meet, what does he go by? His name's William, but we got to meet a 5-hammer rated installer on Go Carrera, and they're very few.
You know what?
There's only 3 or 4 out of several thousand.
You're absolutely right. I forgot about
Jerry.
that interaction.
It goes by Jerry. Yeah.
And I forget his last name, but I found him on Facebook already too. And what a small world, dude. Like, you're right. And I talked to him, and then we found out that we actually worked for the same company, you know, different times, but holy smokes. And then he's just saying some things. I'm like, well, why would people do that? He's like, that's what I said. We were like on the same. It was so weird. It was surreal to have a mindset that kind of matched yours, and it was a little creepy.
Yeah, he was so humble, dude. That's what I noticed was he didn't want any of the recognition, anything like that. He was just such a humble guy. But at the end of the day, he's one out of just a couple in the entire, Go Carrera base right now that is 5 hammers. And I'm going to see if I can.
He showed me some of his work too, because that's what I wanted to see. I don't know. I just, when you find out somebody is good at what they do from their peers, I want to see their work, and I want to ask them how they did that. What is your process, right? Like, make me better. Make me better. Just give me some information.
Yeah. Let's see if I could load that up and show you. He was cool. We talked for a lot longer than I anticipated. Let me see if I can pull up. Here it is. See if I can pull up this picture. Yeah. See if I can share it now. I'm not sure. I don't share a ton, but let's see. Let's see if I can. No, I'm not good enough. I'll figure it out, guys. Anyway, that was a pretty cool conversation because he was talking
doesn't
about,
like you.
At the end of the day, he didn't care. He just wanted to know everything he could so he could do the best quality work he could possibly do and be sought after from an install standpoint. And he's a very successful dude. And it was cool to get to know him a little bit.
I felt bad because the conversation that I had with him kept him away from his wife, and she was ready to go.
She's very proud of what he's done, which is cool. I think that is, one of the things I took from that for sure was he doesn't like to boast, but man, she is super proud of him, and as she should be. We'll be sending him some of our gear to see if he can maybe get some pictures and throw them up on social for everybody. But yeah, it was that. And I got to talk to a couple of the industry, I'd say leaders who are trying to solve some of these, complicated issues we talk about around labor and installers, and one of the things that was really cool was talking to Shaw. I got to, yeah, there we go, Jerry McKnight. William Jerry McKnight. Yeah, that's so cool.
5 hammer, man. That's
That's a big
crazy.
thing, man. Yeah.
Good for him.
In carpet.
That's fantastic.
So yeah. All right. So
Welcome, brother.
everybody made it back. What's up, Jose? Is that Jesus?
Can't forget Paul.
Thanks, buddy.
We tried to make it to a lot of different things, guys. It was just going left and right and back and forth, and we had to take breaks and stuff. So yeah, and get set up, but we did our best.
Yeah. So I hope everybody enjoyed the content from the show. We've shot a lot. We're releasing as it gets ready. I think some of it's been shot out
There's
there.
there's 2 of them out there right now. So we got the
catch those
FCEF
episodes.
and then the TISE, the live at TISE that we did are on YouTube already, and podcast platforms.
What'd you guys think of the belts for Installer of the Year? Those are pretty cool.
Great touch.
I asked
It's a
Paul
great touch.
Yeah, I asked Paul. I was like, "Hey, man, Paul Trenner?" I was like, "Hey, can I borrow that for a second?" He says, "No way.
No.
Not until they award, hand it out." And I was like, "Okay, we'll do our best." There's the belts. There's your 2 winners,
James and Hassan.
Were they both from Golden Coast Flooring?
No.
Okay.
No, the other guy that was from where Hassan was from didn't win.
Gotcha.
Oh, you know what?
That was Hugo.
Well, congrats to those guys for winning. They had some major competition. If you've never been to the installation competition there's a regional qualifier, and then they get up to Vegas to compete. And it is not an easy feat. A lot of these things are, a very complicated pattern, multiple different materials. Even in the LVT, they had click, they had
the chevron
glue down, and you had to do the herringbone chevron pattern with your glue down. You had to field cut all that stuff and put it all together and make all your had an oval in the middle. You had to. I didn't see anybody scribing, but
100% custom work. That's
all custom. It was pretty cool to watch.
You know what?
Jorge brings up a good point here. He says, what really got me was when Jen Zern talked about how big box stores affect us, and when they advertise free installations. I brought that up in my speech as well. Is like, first off, we know, like, the public should know that this stuff isn't free, but why that gimmick works, I don't get it. And to me, it's a gimmick. Sorry if I piss off any Lowe's or Home Depot people out there, but God, it's so frustrating to see that. To me, it just devalues what we do from an installation professional standpoint.
Well, she said it correctly when she said, you don't ever hear plumbers say free installation, electricians say free installation.
Yeah.
You know you're paying for it. Like, why hide it, right? But it's the same gimmick as $9.99 or $10. You know what I mean? It's perception. So
there's something to it, but I think Jorge hit the nail on the head on Jorge's comment. Is it's, the people we're competing with as an industry to get skilled labor, they don't do that stuff. They don't say, electricians, free labor, or plumbers, free labor, or HVAC people, free labor. No.
Free roof install. Free drywall.
It's like they don't do that. And for some reason we do that, and we believe that that's a good way to go. The box stores do anyway. I don't see that as much on the retail, and good on you retailers for, the speech I gave was retailers leveraging their labor to sell more, saying we have the best, it will cost you a little more, but we're not going to be back in 6 months to restretch your carpet.
Right.
That kind of stuff is like sell using the quality of your labor and not sell devaluing your labor. It's like two completely polar opposite ideals.
Well, it's the long-term value versus upfront cost. That's what it is. So you're playing for the long game, not the short game. One thing that I didn't think about till a few minutes ago was what stood out is that Paul and I had an opportunity to meet 2 other podcasters from the UK, and
Oh, yeah.
It sucks to say this, but to hear that they have these same problems that we have here in the States. I mean, it's good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear it, but it sucks that this issue that we have and we're facing, it's not just us. Sounds like it's universal, and it's just like, holy smokes, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
And to
we're going to be doing a joint podcast with those guys.
Can't wait.
I think that'll be cool. One of the ideas, I can't remember who brought it up, was like they're going to bring one of their master guys, and we'll get one of our master guys on and let them chat, see what the different approaches to installation is. And, over the pond, they do some stuff different than we do here. If you've ever watched Thomas with Shernox speak, he talks about when he first came to the U.S. from, I believe it was Germany, and they self-level everything over there.
Yeah.
And over here, so
that's
all
how
the
it should be.
concrete, all the concrete over there is just broom finished, and then you go in and you self-level it. And then over here, we're trying to finish it to a finished floor, to finished substrate, to accept flooring. And it's 2 totally different approaches. And he was blown away with our approach over here in the U.S. But that's also why, some of the buildings over there last for centuries, and buildings over here last for decades. And
and the amount of red tape, the difference as far as how our rules and the products that we have are regulated compared to over there too. But I don't know the science behind it or the reasoning behind it, besides that somebody's making money off of regulating that. So,
well, sure. But if it's a better result,
yeah,
I'm all for it. Cool. Well, we're getting close to the end here of the podcast, the quick TISE recap. We met some really cool people, had some fun, got to meet some people that we know. Like you said, got Kyle in the background. I got to know him a little bit. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was nice to see Kyle. Kyle lost a lot of weight too. Hey, anybody know that girl?
Baby sister's up there giving a speech.
She is.
That was fearless. Yeah. And that was a good talk. What are you doing there, Daniel?
I'm just showing all.
You got so many. No, it looked like you were throwing something in one of them pictures.
Probably shade.
Oh, this one right here, I was recording.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, the women's conference was a good one too. Yes, dudes can get in there, I think. At least I was able to.
Yeah, we got in there. We just sit in the back and try to stay low key.
We barely got in.
Just sit in the back and stay low key.
It was fun though. Like I said, the installation competition was a blast. Getting around and getting to hang out with everybody. Kevin and Robert.
like a Roberto right there.
He was over there
nicely
working,
done, guys.
I
had a just a blast hanging out with you guys all week, and I hope that next year more of our audience will get out. Got to meet some of you guys, and it was, like I said, it was a fun time. So come out, enjoy the time, get to know some people, and improve your skills. Again, if you like the content and you like us kind of going live in different locations when we're, at a show or something, we're going to be going to the summit at the end of February. I think it's the 22nd and 23rd, which is down in Dalton, Georgia. We'll shoot from there. And, if you like that kind of stuff, give us a like and subscribe. It helps us to get out there a little bit more. Don't forget to give us some, comments on what you do and don't like about the huddle. We are open to suggestions. And if you got a topic on your mind that you'd like to have us discuss live and maybe even have you on here, throw it in the comments and let us know.
Yeah, don't be shy. Speak up.
Don't be-
Here we go. And if you guys, anybody out there hasn't made it to TISE, man, make it put it on your bucket list. Come and increase your social capital, man.
Yeah, or come see us at the summit. We'll be at the CFI FCICA convention coming up in the fall. I believe it's in October. So there's a few more shows that we'll be at. So come join us. With that,
come join us and have a good time.
Else? Yeah, baby. We'll go out to dinner or something. We did that with a lot of people.
Oh my goodness!
I ate more food that last week than I can remember.
You'll never forget Din Tai Fung, though, right?
No, that was a wonderful spot. I got to give it up to Daniel Gonzalez for his food selections. Yeah. It was absolutely awesome.
My mom did say that
every place he took me, it was mwah.
My mom did say that, hey, that Paul guy can really throw that food down. It's like, oh, I don't ever eat like this. I don't know.
Paul and Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, Ben got renamed Kevin. Our COO over at Go Carrera got renamed Kevin on the trip. So if you see him, say what's up. All right, guys, you ready to break this thing off?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
See ya.
See you guys next week. All right. See ya.